What's up, tube? I figured that I should make a voice section of my music blog because I'm not sure if my voice narratively, at least, is strong enough to convey my opinions on music sometimes. So we're going to implement this new feature. Let's talk about what I've been listening to lately to start off this podcast segment. I've been listening to a lot of BK the Ruler. Let me just open up my computer here and look at Apple Music. Osamison, Nate Sib. Okay, here we go. Femi Guerrero. Sorry if I just butchered his name. I usually just say Femi. Len, Lancey, Waka Flocka, Denzel Curry, Young Iman, Solange, 1am. Y'all, please tell me if it's 1am. I think it's just meant to be 1am. Fake Mink, Pink Pantheress, Rihanna, SZA, SD Kid, Fang, Daniel Caesar, Tame Impala, Rico Nasty, Molly Santana, Two Hollis, Baby Sosa. Okay, I think that's a pretty good overview. Addison Rae. Okay, so that's a pretty good overview of what I've been listening to recently. I'm just telling you very vaguely, the artists. Now, let me go to my recently played on Apple Music and just give you guys specific songs. Mist, SD Kid, Kerosene, Femi and Len. Oh, Playboi Carti too, yeah. K-Pop by Playboi Carti. Tic Tac Toe by Lil Tecca and Ken Carson. Wavy by SZA. Summer by BK the Ruler. Mandy by Femi. Lemonade and Mega Man actually by Tay-K, who I did not mention. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, Vogue by 1am and Losing You by Solange. So based off of all of that, hopefully you can kind of get, this visual of the kind of music I've been into lately. And let me tell you how it makes me feel. I feel like lately I've been trying to listen to music that I think hypes me up or makes me feel good, and not necessarily music that makes me feel sad. So a few years ago, I was really into R&B, but I just feel like a lot of R&B is kind of depressing, guys. I know you can find some of it that makes you more hype, and I'll say SZA's music has always kind of felt more uplifting to me. Whether you guys feel like that's a controversial take or not, I think it's because as a young Black woman, I grew up with her music, especially the Control album, and it just means a lot to me. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to lately. And let's see. What do I have to say about any of this? I'm just really trying to see where the analysis can come in. Yeah, I've just been trying to listen to more uplifting music. Like when I wake up in the morning, I want to play a song that hypes me up. Like I listened to, the other day when I woke up, I turned on my speaker and I listened to Hardened to Paint by Waka Flocka Flame. And that song is really hype, I'll say. And a song that samples that is Hot One by Denzel Curry from his King of the Mischievous South Volume 2 album from 2024. And this song takes that track, samples it, and gives it some fun, brings some life to it. Not that there's not life in the Waka Flocka track, but it's just a different vibe. It adds that spin of modernity, okay? So yeah, that's what I've been listening to lately. I'll say that's going to be the first segment. This is really just like a test recording. I'm just recording on the voice memo app on my phone right now. My phone's my mic. We don't have a mic yet. That setup is going to come much later. Next. Okay, I think another segment might be like a hot takes segment. What are my hot music takes right now? Oh, okay, this is about DJing. As you guys know, I started DJing about a year ago because I saw this girl's bedroom boiler room on YouTube. I'm going to shout her out right now. Let me open up YouTube. Okay, her channel is called... Sorry, guys, I'm coughing all over the place. I just ate lunch. And her channel is called Clementine. And the video name, in case you just can't find it by looking up Clementine, is DJing a boiler room set in my bedroom. And I think she has another one like this. Like she has a newer version of this out too. So yeah, go support her. She has really good music taste and really cool and smooth transitions. So I started DJing because I saw this video and took an interest in it. And then I first just used just like a virtual controller. I used DJ Pro on my laptop. And then I bought my first decks. Please let me know if it's right, like the plural or singular term I should be using here. And it was a DJ Flex 2. I just wanted a baby deck because I didn't know if DJing was something I would actually stick with or if it was just one of those interests that you have and it's just a phase and then you move on. So I'm going to go to Urban Outfitters. You might be like, why? No, let me tell you guys, because I ordered, why is this? Let me go to order history. I ordered the Flex 2 from Urban Outfitters. Yes. I ordered it in May. That's why I'm kind of just like, where is it? I think I maybe didn't order it with my account, but I'm looking like, wait, Joel. Let me open this up. I promise you it's in here. Okay, I think I just didn't order it using my email. But all right then, I ordered it in May on Urban Outfitters. And then I literally this morning, before I went to bed, like early hours of the morning, I ordered the Flex 4, also from Urban, because it has more buttons for looping and for loading tracks. And it's just a bit bigger. So I said, okay, I'm trying to inch closer and closer towards mixing standalone, like not just constantly needing to use my laptop to start a loop or to load a track onto one of the decks, right? So yeah, I'm excited about this. This was like a Christmas gift to myself. And yeah, so we're gonna get to work with that. Hopefully get some gigs, have some fun, DJ for my friends' events and stuff. It's gonna be lots of fun. So I gave you guys some exposition. Now, let's get into the hot take about DJing. I've seen a lot of discourse, specifically on TikTok, of course, about what equipment makes someone a legitimate DJ. And I just want to say, as someone that I literally just started off using my computer and not even having any kind of physical medium to mix with, you are not as good as the equipment you have. Okay, hopefully that makes grammatical sense. You can literally mix on your phone if you want, and it can be good if you are just skilled at mixing. You guys have seen these professional DJs make mixes on like the cheapest setups ever, and it will sound really good. And you guys are looking around wondering, wait, so why am I upgrading every 2 months? Some of you guys are definitely engaging in overconsumption. I stuck with my Flex 2 for like half a year. And then literally before that, I would like for almost half the year, I was just mixing with my laptop only. Like I used DJ Pro. Kind of annoying because you don't have that physicality that sometimes makes DJing so satisfying with actually sliding like the volume knobs or like the crossfader. And it's annoying, or like actually having the physical EQ knobs to turn. No, you're using like a simulator of it on your computer. Not so much fun, okay? But it forced me to get good at actually understanding what songs sound good together, like what keys are kind of clashing, what BPMs are kind of clashing, and then know what BPMs actually sound good together and what keys actually sound good together. And what songs, maybe you can just let it flow from the end, like it's a really short song, into the next song, or you have to chop it up and have your cues set. And what songs actually sound better, maybe have your cue set in like the middle, and then you loop it 4 times or something for like a really short phrase, and then you go into the next song. You need to know. I just learned a lot of tips and tricks that I didn't necessarily need any kind of deck setup for. And then I think when you're training your ear, like this kind of ear training is really important. I'm saying this is kind of like an amateur DJ, but I feel like you know what sounds good without any kind of equipment. Like if you put 2 songs together, they have the DJ Pro. DJ has an app, so you can literally mix on your phone or on your computer. or on your iPad even. You can literally just put 2 songs there, mess with the stems if you want, or mess with the EQ, and then you can literally hear without any other equipment what sounds good, what doesn't sound good. You guys know Apple Music has this feature. If you go in the settings, and Spotify recently implemented their like special crossfader effect thing, a lot of people have been making cool mixes on TikTok, and I'll even save them like, oh, this would actually sound good with the like some tweaking, or it sounds good now. So let me see if this kind of transition is something I could implement a little differently, like into a set of mine. Guys, the fact that you can just take your average streaming platform and use the really simple crossfader button and make something that sounds like a really good transition means that we all have ears that work and we know what sounds good. You don't need to buy hundreds of dollars worth or thousands of dollars worth of DJ equipment to know how to change from one song to another or what sounds good. Obviously, just getting professional equipment is kind of just like a standard thing. Like, yeah, you can do a set from your iPad or from your laptop, but when it comes to connectivity, to like the machines and stuff, it's better to have actual equipment that works, right? But you don't really need to, if you're like a college DJ, you want to DJ frat parties and stuff, or just like your friends' chill events, you don't need overpriced equipment. You can just have a Flex 4 or even something cheaper. If you have something like a Flex 2 and you're cool with just doing all your loops and track loading on the computer and don't mind that it's not as hands-free, then literally chop the price in half and just buy a Flex 2. I think in a lot of creative spaces, and DJing is the one that I'm kind of, dogging on right now, there's a lot of gatekeeping, there's a lot of this air of exclusivity, and it's just not fun because people just want to have fun. A lot of people got the Flex 4 or similar decks/boards for Christmas. And people are hating on TikTok like, not everyone thinks they're a DJ. And if they want to be, then what? DJing is not like the only profession or hobby available in life. If people want to do it, also, it's not niche. I don't know why everyone's acting like this. Like, guys, there are some people out there, they literally would get hired for a party to just make a playlist and play it with clean transitions. This job, it's not like you need to have the highest degree of skills to put music together. Obviously, if you have good music taste and know how to make it sound good, people will pay you. They will seek you out for that skill. And I think that this is a skill that can be nurtured just like any other skill. And so anyone can DJ, honestly. Because, for example, some person might be really deep into deep house, hard house. And I might like more of like the rap, alt rap, R&B. I also like techno and EDM. But guys, gatekeeping and having this exclusivity is not fun. Different DJs DJ different things. If you're you're a house DJ, but I'm more of like a rap hip hop DJ, we're both needed for different kinds of parties and different settings, or maybe you go back to back at a festival. You don't need to gatekeep because you're saying, oh, not everyone can be a DJ, but everyone has different music taste. So why can't everyone be a DJ? Like the actual skill set needed, obviously I'm not talking about like battle DJs who use scratching and a lot of different technical skills that are not so simple and need to be practiced more in depth. I'm talking about the simple act of making a transition, especially with a lot of the implementation that these platforms have of AI and STEM separation. Literally anyone can be a DJ. This completely defeats the purpose of what people are saying that you can't be one just because you have the equipment. Like, no, you actually anyone can be one if you have the equipment, because the actual level of skill that's needed to just go from one song to another, it's not that high. Obviously, practice makes progress, and it's helpful to keep practicing, but you don't have to be a genius to DJ. And I think that excluding people does not make for a welcoming, creative environment. So finally ending that rant, creatives, be more inclusive in your spaces. You were once a beginner at what you're doing. Be more kind, be more gracious, and be more open-minded to new people entering those spaces. First hot take segment, and I got really heated clearly. And let's see, we're at 14 minutes here. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the first 2 segments. We had what I'm listening to, we had hot take, let's see. I'm literally thinking of it on the fly, guys. This idea was like a random thought that I've been having, but I'm finally implementing it and probably just gonna put it on the website. So yeah, this is a podcast. Technically, I know they said that we need to ban podcast bros, take away the mics, make podcast equipment more expensive, and I'm contributing to the podcast epidemic. So sorry in advance, guys, but I think mine is super fun, super chill. I'm gonna say minimal editing, but there's actually no editing, so this is just me, uncut. Hello. What's an idea for another segment? I could do an actual live review, but I don't know about the copyright involved with that. I could give you guys my thoughts on an album, but let me think of what albums I've actually listened to in their entirety. Maybe I can put the album by year. Oh, I just have a lot of my own projects. That's not what anyone wants to see right now, guys. I'm trying to sort by artist. Wait, can I not sort by year? By year. Can I sort? Okay. Let's do this. I'm sorting the album by the year that it came out because I could not figure it out. Oh, no, I can go to recently added. 1 second, y'all. Let me just sort them by artist again so that it can be normal. Okay, let's go to recently added. I forgot how the MacBook one works. Let me scroll and find a project and give you guys my review. Oh my gosh, okay, I found one. Essex Honey by Blood Orange. Okay. If I had to use just a few words or a few phrases rather to describe this album, I would say ethereal, lightweight, like a crisp summer breeze in the countryside. Shout out track 7, Countryside, on this project, okay? That should really get you guys immersed. There's such, I don't know, like there's just a very nice airy flow to these tracks. Blood Orange, as always, bringing absolute bangers with the instrumentals. I feel like in the best way possible, these are good tracks to like fall asleep to. Like it literally just feels like someone's giving you a hug. That's my Essex Honey review. You're only using a few terms / phrases to really get into it because it's kind of another hot take. We're straying away from the album review a little bit, but hear me out. It's a hot take, so I guess we're getting 2 hot takes in this episode. But guys, hot take. Not everything needs to be an essay. I wrote about this in my notes app the other day. Not everything needs to be an essay. Not everything needs to be so academic or so formal. If I said that an album felt like a nice summer breeze, that's a review. Your review doesn't have to be pages and paragraphs. You can just say, this is what this album feels like to me. And my favorite song was this. And that's a legitimate review. Kind of in like a letterboxed, Goodreads kind of way. I think we can approach music the same way. We engage with a lot of music on a daily basis. I feel like as a reviewer / blogger, it can be really hard to write really long or in-depth reviews. And sometimes it feels kind of futile. Like, what's the point of writing like an essay about an album if I can really just distill my opinion down to, it feels like this, I thought of this when I heard this album. You know what I'm saying, guys? But yeah, I recommend this to anyone that just wants a nice album that feels like a warm summer day. No joke. Warm summer day, but there's little gusts of wind, there's some breeze in the air. It feels like you're driving, you're on like a road trip with the family, your windows roll down and your hair's kind of flowing freely a little bit. That's what it feels like. Listen to this album. Okay, we have an album review. Bam. 3 segments and we're almost at 20 minutes. This was like a pretty quick podcast. I don't know if I can give you guys recs because technically what I've been listening to at the beginning is a recommendation. Like, that's the recommendation for you guys. And then the album that I wanted to discuss with y'all was Essex Honey by Blood Orange. Okay, that's we have 3 segments, and we look at 2 hot takes in here, guys. So that's kind of a little sweet treat for you all. I will end this episode. Maybe I'll think of more segments along the way. But I'm going to end this episode by saying, if you have an idea, don't sit on it for too long. I have literally wanted to add an audio element to introspect reviews for years. Like, since its inception, I have wanted to add audio. I think I made this, was it 2021 or 2022? Either way, it's now 2026, and I'm finally implementing audio. Yay, go me. Okay, thank you guys for listening. I'll see you next time.